Today's video is a little different from my usual car videos. It's really a log of my thoughts and experiences after a year on YouTube. So where did it all start? Well, I've been a car enthusiast for quite a long time now, a couple of decades or more I guess. And maybe I've got a bit of an addiction to buying cars. I've been going to modern, classic, performance car auctions for many years now. I go to car meets as often as possible. And in the last few years, I started to make a concerted effort to own more performance and classic cars. So there was lots of buying, selling and experiencing of new cars. I also watch a ton of car videos on YouTube, all sorts. And it almost seemed like a natural extension of what I do to enter the world of the YouTube car community. And the idea of documenting my car journey, so to speak, in this way really appealed to me. I guess I'm maybe quite introverted in some ways, so making videos and talking to the camera definitely didn't come naturally to me. And I decided not to tell friends and family I was starting a YouTube channel. I just got on with it. And so why didn't I tell them? Well, it's probably the same reason lots of people don't to start with. Embarrassment and not wanting to be seen to fail, I suppose. My first videos are truly awful. I've never been into making videos before. I had no idea about how to go about it. Editing, capturing video or sound. Sound was often terrible. I didn't probably script anything. I'm sure many of you will probably be thinking, well, nothing's much changed. And yeah, that's probably true to an extent. I have a lot to learn for sure. But to my surprise, actually, despite this, some of my first videos actually did quite well, reaching nearly 8,000 views or so, for example. And I think YouTube definitely gave me some unfair starter advantage pushing those videos. But if I've learned anything, it's that YouTube is always a rocky and very unpredictable road when you're posting YouTube videos. And that's one of my biggest learnings, as I say. Videos you spend ages on, you're proud of, you think will have mass appeal, just totally flop. And videos you hack together quickly and think twice about even publishing actually do quite well. So I continue to document my car life, some reviews of cars that I own, fixing things on my Land Rovers. And I did get quite despondent, I guess, and I had a few months of not really posting any videos. I also had some other distractions. But after a few months off, I decided I really had to give this one last shot. It's something I really wanted to do. I needed to be motivated and committed, and I got my motivation back and committed to posting videos weekly. And as everyone will tell you in the YouTube world, consistency is key. But given the unpredictable nature of YouTube and how well your videos do, I just decided to make videos of what I wanted to, what I was doing anyway, what I enjoyed, rather than trying to guess what people might want to see. And things ticked along okay, slowly increasing subscriber numbers. And then I decided to do some videos of cars at an auction that I go to regularly. And to my surprise, it actually did quite well. And it was really just me walking around gushing about cars. I really enjoyed doing it actually, seeing classic and performance cars, particularly rare cars, learning more about them, the buzz of the auction. And in fact, my auction videos have now amassed around about 100,000 views or so. And that kind of relative success with videos really invigorates you and renews your enthusiasm. So I've continued making fairly similar videos all along, and my channel's continued to grow slowly and steadily. Nothing amazing, but I had an arbitrary goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers in my first year, which with a bit of luck I might actually make. And I'd be pretty pleased with that. It's a hobby for me, I enjoy doing it. Anything after that is really a bonus. But of course I'd love to get my channel to 10,000 subscribers in another couple of years or so, for example. But the reality is my subscriber count is actually slightly irrelevant. It's not going to drastically change what I do with my cars, what I enjoy, and therefore not really my content either. So has YouTube changed my life? Well, no. Not really, not in the big picture anyway. But if I look back, I've learned a huge amount of things. Video making and editing in particular. I've really enjoyed learning drone flying. And it's also actually pushed me to do a lot more with my cars, which are ultimately the things I enjoy doing. So I go to car meets to share enthusiasm for cars with other people. My cars, their cars. And in a way, this is what I'm trying to do on YouTube. So it's genuinely rewarding to see people appreciate their videos and cars and to hear their thoughts and experiences. And also reassuring to know there's still good people out there leaving kind comments. Perhaps the flip side is there will always be haters out there whatever you do. I knew that would be the case before I started. I've been lucky enough not really to get much. Even when people haven't really liked the videos or the cars, they've been very respectful about it. So that's all you can ask. But you have to be prepared that might be the case. Personally, I don't really care what people say about me online if I don't know them anyway. What else? Well, time and dedication are the key things. It takes an enormous amount of time to do these videos. Shooting and editing are by far the most time consuming. And it's a real struggle when you have a full-time job like I do. So it takes a massive amount of motivation and commitment. And I think you have to genuinely enjoy what you're doing or it just won't work for you. It'll drag you down. So unless you're gifted with unusual charisma, skills, large amounts of money, or perhaps even beauty, it's likely to be a pretty hard slog for a good few months until you get much reward. Most of us don't have those attributes, we're just relatively normal people. But I think the good news is that there's actually still plenty of room, in my opinion, for success for us normal people. In my world of cars, for example, I can't compete with multi-supercar owners, mechanics fixing cars, journalists with big social media followings, or cinematic videos of big companies. I guess my final thoughts and advice to anyone would be just to be yourself and to do the things that you enjoy doing and have enthusiasm for. There's a niche for almost everyone and everything on YouTube, and the algorithm's highly likely to find that niche and those people. And I actually think sometimes people want, in addition to the more aspirational content that's more relatable to their lives. At least that's what I'm hoping. And perhaps a final thought, I think it's quite easy to get fairly obsessive about the numbers. How's your video doing when you release it? Checking on numbers, etc. And I think that's a pitfall that many people struggle with, so do be aware of that. My advice would be just, if you can, it's easy to say and hard to do, but post videos and just don't really worry about how they're doing. You don't really have much control over it anyway. So to my regular viewers, well, thanks very much for watching. I'll be back to normal car videos soon. 2025 is going to be packed full. I've already got a rammed diary of classic and performance car auctions, and I hope that I might be buying a car or two from those auctions and reviewing those along the way. I'll also be doing lots of other things with the cars I've already got, including my Noble, RS6, GBS Zero, Land Rovers, etc., including track days, and as often as I can, get to car meets. And to anyone who's watching who's starting a YouTube channel, well, very best of luck with it. Just be prepared for lots of hard work and the need for consistency and resilience. But above all, just make sure you do it in a way that you really enjoy the experience. And thanks very much for watching.